Everybody, Lisa here with today's Vera Bradley bag of the day. Today was an unusual bag choice for me, and so I figured I would do a video about it. This is the Carryall Crossbody. It's the only crossbody style that I really like or wear as a crossbody on myself. I like the way a lot of crossbodies look on other people. I just don't, for some reason, I'm not really that comfortable wearing them as a crossbody. I used to when I was younger, as in high school, I wore messenger bags as crossbody, but occasionally I'll still do that with one or two messenger bag styles I have that aren't Vera Bradley, but for the most part, I'm more of a shoulder bag person, tote bag person. But I do like this Carryall Crossbody. It's retired style, so where did I find this one? I found this one actually last year at Steinmart. And this pattern is Bohemian Blooms, and that's 2016, I think. This pattern appeals to me. Well, I love the reds, the big and the oversized flowers, sort of very sharply rendered, because this pattern reminds me of. Please stop licking on the bed, Peaches. Reminds me of the fabric they used to use to cover the cushions on old school style deck chairs, those clunky heavy wooden frame deck chairs you always used to see back in the day, like in the 70s. And they had these, puffy cushions covered in sort of like it was like a vinyl or something. It wasn't really a cotton kind of fabric. It had sort of a plasticky feel, like a coating on it. And the rendering of those flowers reminds me of this. Let me see if I can get in close with this. It reminds me of this bag. I just like all the fine line work and the reds and the sort of coral colors. That's a big, there's a big red flower right there. So there were a couple of bags there in this style and this pattern. And I did consider going back and getting another one just to have another part of the pattern. But when I did that, I found that I didn't really like the placement as much as this one, so it wasn't really worth it to me. This was a pretty good deal. I don't remember exactly how much it was, but it was Steinmart, so it was discounted. I mean, under $30, probably mid-20s, low to mid-20s. And I thought I would show, it's filled up right now, still filled up with my stuff, so I thought I would show what I can get in there. So, hang on a sec. Sorry. So professional. I did want to show people what you can get in here, because it is kind of a small looking bag, but you really can get a lot in there. It has on the front, I'm calling this the front because of that label thing there, but it's got these two slip pockets that do go all the way down to the bottom of the bag. My fingers are right down at the bottom there. On the back, it has that zipper pocket. The lining on this particular one, this is 2016, this is nylon. Nylon lining. This is a good size zipper pocket though, really the whole back of the bag almost, except for that little top part. I should measure it. It's probably easier to measure it before I take stuff out and show you the lining. Top is about 10 inches, 10 to 11 inches. I like to, when I'm carrying it as a shoulder bag, I like the shortest strap drop, so that's what this would be right here, the shortest strap drop, about 15. And the strap at this length, hold on, 28. So just to give you an idea where it hits. You know, it's right at the hip length. I mean, typically I might like something a little bit shorter for a shoulder bag, but I do, like I said, I do actually wear this as a crossbody sometimes, so I sort of put up with that strap length when I'm carrying it on my shoulder. I do like that the strap is the same fabric, and it has a metal buckle for the adjusting the strap length on this. I find that this does stay in place. So I don't know if I can get a look at what's in there, but it's my usual stuff. I mean, it's a good amount of stuff. Oh, I didn't finish measuring yet. So width-wise, 11. About 10. I like that. It's not, you know, it's kind of on the squarish side, which I like. I don't like stuff that seems too oblong in a handbag. You know, tote bag, I don't mind that so much. But anyway, so I have my usual thing, my big GPS pouch. This is an iPad mini. This is, I realize I never really say how big this is. Give people an idea. 8 is the bigger dimension. 8 by 5.5. That just slips in there easily. You know, my all-in-one crossbody that I'm using as a wallet. So I'm going to switch that out. So it's chunky, you know, it takes up some space. iPod, lip balm, and a phone. I could fit tissues in here. I just forgot to bring them. Eyeglasses case. This just happens to match. I also got this at Steinmart. I tend not to be too matchy, but it was just easy. It was nearby, so I just threw it in there. That's pretty too. You can get another good look at the pattern there for people who maybe aren't as familiar with it. Peaches, please stop looking. Okay. So like I was saying, the inside is really just that. It's like a maroon nylon. There are just the two on the front side. This is the front wall of the bag, but there are two, get the light in there. There we go. 2 slip pockets. And they go all the way down to the bottom, like the ones on the front. So it doesn't have that pretty cotton lining, but it does have this nice little detail of the tops of the slip pockets inside have this little bit of fabric piping that matches the outside fabric. And this bag is machine washable. It doesn't have a removable base, and there definitely is a piece of something in there. I mean, I feel it. You can feel the edges of it in there. But I have washed these bags. I have my other one out. I have a couple of these bags. 3, I think. And I just got this other one out because there are differences that I thought were kind of interesting. I mean, obviously, this is Bohemian Blooms, which is a pattern I love. And I think is perfectly named. And this was, I think, 2014, so a little bit earlier. So this bag still has the cotton lining, and I love this lining. I mean, that's so beautiful. I just can't get enough of that, the Bohemian Blooms lining. But also, this bag still has the, you know, making use of that coordinating trim. And to me, I mean, 2014 doesn't seem that long ago, but I have said that, you know, when a bag has that coordinating trim, I tend to think of it as vintage. And so I guess I would have to say I think of this as vintage, follow my own rules. The slip pocket also is lined with that gorgeous cotton and quilted. It's quilted on the inside, the front wall of that zipper pocket. But I did just want to give you an idea of how it looks crossbody, and this one I had adjusted for that length, so it's a little bit, I have it adjusted longer. So I mean, this isn't even the longest that it is. I have to stand on tiptoes here. This isn't even the longest that it is, but it's very comfortable. And like I said, that metal buckle there definitely, I think it has a logo on it. Yeah, it has the insignia on it, but it definitely stays in place. I feel like sometimes that is an issue with some of these buckles on these adjustable straps, that they slide around, maybe especially if you have a lot of weight in there in the bag. But But this, I haven't found this slides around at all. It holds well. So I have washed this one. I haven't washed that one yet, but I have washed this one. Again, it has that same piece of whatever it is in there. I mean, I can't quite tell what it is, but I would imagine if it were cardboard, it would have turned into pulp in the machine. And I put this with the machine a couple of times because I bought this used on eBay. It was a really good price. I mean, it's in good condition. It was just a little grimy. I still would like to go over the strap again just by hand with the scrub brush and like ivory soap because it's not coming as clean as I need it to be in the washer. But I have washed this at least twice just to, you know, get the fabric feeling cleaner because it's in good shape with no wear and no tears and stuff like that. But it smelled musty and it did look a little gray. The white elements did look a little like discolored, but they have come cleaner with all pods that I like to use. Same construction on this. The 2 slip pockets inside, 2 slip pockets on the front, just like this one. Although no label. Yeah, no pleather label. That doesn't matter to me. I'm not a big fan of that. But anyway, so I want to put everything back in there because I do want to just talk about the another size iPad and whether it fits. So I put a couple of things in there. So this is my larger iPad. This is an older iPad, so I'm not sure what the dimensions are of a larger iPad today. I'm sure there are a couple of different models. But this was like generation 2 iPad from, you know, when they first came out. So it's older and a little bit heavier. And it is 9.5 by almost 7.5. And when I keep it in this tablet sleeve, this is I got this at an outlet store. Batik leaves, I think, might be Batik leaves. It doesn't fit in this way, and it's a little too tall this way. So if you felt, well, let's see. I mean, I just think it looked, yeah, it's. Maybe you could push it, force it. If I didn't have the, let's see if I don't take this. If I don't have that in there. No, I still think it would be tough. With this wallet, which is kind of fat, it would be tough. However, in the padding, you know, adds a little dimension, whatever. So, but this way, it does slip in. So if you had some kind of non-padded cover, like this kind of cover on your larger iPad, it very well might still fit in there, and that fits in there fine. Even with the GPS back in there. So I have both iPads, the GPS, the wallet, you know, phone, iPod, lip balm, sunglasses, and it all fits in there. And it's still, you know, the bag still looks good. The bag doesn't look, bottom looks good and flat. It's not, you know, sort of sagging under the weight. And it is heavy now. It's definitely heavy now. This is staying in place, the buckle. You know, I'm sorry I can't get taller to show you how it, you know, fully looks, just sort of draping there. But you can see that it still, you know, holds its shape well. And it's definitely comfortable. So there it would be at its shortest. Yeah. Like I said, I just really love this bag. You can get a lot in there. Still looks good. Doesn't look overly crowded. And I like the way it looks both crossbody and as a shoulder bag. I think my resistance to some of the current like hipster crossbody bags is that they're a little narrow. And you can see this is a good, this is a good width to it. I don't remember if I have probably forgot to do the width. So the actual bottom between the piping is about 4.5, but I mean, it's filling out to about 6 inches in width when I stuff all my stuff in there. And it's really not, it's still loose. It's not totally stuffed, which I like about this. And you can see it's holding the weight. The bottom is supporting the weight, and it is quite heavy with what I have in there right now. I wouldn't normally carry both iPads with me, and I might not even always take a GPS with me. This depends on what I'm going to be doing. But anyway, just a quick one today. I just wanted to talk about the crossbody because I realized when I was pulling it out this morning, and I just felt, I don't know, for some reason I felt like this one. I felt like it would go with my jacket, which was sort of khaki. And I thought, oh, I should do a real quick video about that because I hardly ever wear this kind of bag, so it made for kind of a different topic for me. But anyway, I do recommend it if you can find it on eBay or in a discount store. I have since seen, I think it was lilac tapestry, I want to say, in this style in Stein Mart. I think there was another style, another pattern in this style in Stein Mart recently too. I don't remember. But you can find it around, and of course you can find it on eBay, I would imagine, or maybe Poshmark. I haven't looked for this on Poshmark, but like I said, I found this on eBay. So there's Blooms and Bohemian Blooms. Just look at that rich color, and this is actually fairly accurate. I mean, the red is coming in a little vibrant. I mean, a little electric looking. Let's see. That there in the daylight might be a little bit more accurate, but again, you can still see how vivid that sort of orangey red, that's like a vermilion kind of color that's coming in. I don't know that I would go much bigger on a bag with this pattern because it is very busy, but this is like, I feel like you can get away with it with this one. It's still a little on the small side, so you're not sort of overwhelmed by pattern like you're carrying a big piece of upholstery with, like a big cushion from a 50s sofa. Anyway, that's my bag of the day. Thanks for watching.